Welcome back to Pathfinders, a hiking podcast with Brian. I'm your host, Brian Hudson, and today we're diving into adapting your hiking routine and staying fit and active during the off-season. I'm thrilled to welcome Chad Nelson here to share practical ways to keep your legs, lungs, and mindset trail-ready when the weather turns. Chad, thanks for joining me. Let's set the stage. Why should hikers take the off-season seriously instead of going into hibernation?
Great to be here. The off-season is prime time to build aerobic base, strength, and mobility that are harder to prioritize when you chase summits weekly. With fewer long outings, you reduce fatigue and injury risk while shoring up weak links, ankles, hips, and stabilizers that smooth descents. Start by picking a clear spring or summer objective, then work backward. I like a simple base build peak arc over 8 to 12 weeks, with every fourth week as a light deload. Keep a quick training log, date, session, duration, effort, plus notes on soreness or terrain, so patterns appear before something becomes an injury. If your goal is steep and rocky, bias towards incline and eccentric control. If it's distance, emphasize steady zone 2 time. Off-season success is consistency over crazy hard workouts.
I like that emphasis on consistency. For folks who struggle to plan, keep it simple. Pick the objective, circle the date, then block 3 to 4 training slots per week like appointments. In the log, add resting heart rate and a 1 to 10 effort score so you can nudge intensity without guessing. To remove friction at home, keep a backpack loaded with water jugs, a sturdy step or access to stairs, a resistance band, and a suspension trainer ready to go. You can make real progress with that alone. For structure, think short, focused sessions. 30 to 45 minutes beat skipping because you can't spare an hour. How are you having athletes split their base time between Zone 2 work and more hiking-specific uphill or downhill practice when trails are icy or daylight is limited?
Zone 2 is the engine, so target 120 to 180 minutes per week via brisk walks, treadmill hiking at 8 to 12% incline, or rucks on local hills. Breathe through the nose if possible, and use talk test or heart rate to stay honest. Then add 1 climb dose and 1 descent dose. For uphill, do 6 to 10 for 60 to 90 seconds at a strong, sustainable pace on 8 to 15% with equal easy walking. That teaches cadence and posture without frying you. For downhill durability, emphasize eccentric control. Slow step downs from a 6 to 12-inch step, 3 to 4 sets of 6 to 8 reps per leg, with a 3-second lower. Decline lunges or heel elevated split squats also work. If you have stairs, alternate 3 to 5 minutes steady up with 2 minutes controlled down, focusing on soft, quiet footsteps. In bad weather, a treadmill plus a small step covers it.
That mix is doable in a living room or tiny gym. On technique, a few cues go far. For climbs, lean slightly from the ankles, ribcage stacked, short quick steps, and light pole plants that match cadence. Keep hands low to avoid shrugging. For descents, keep your center slightly forward, land under the hips, and scan 2 to 3 steps ahead. Poles go a bit in front for braking on loose surfaces. I also like nose breathing during easy cold efforts to warm and humidify air. Safety-wise, rehearse layering, wicking base, active insulation, and a windproof shell. Pack a warm hat and gloves on short walks. Learn cold weather fueling and hydration. Sip regularly, add electrolytes, and carry microspikes or other traction during freeze-thaw cycles. Where relevant, refresh navigation skills and avalanche awareness before heading into winter terrain.
Strength twice per week is the sweet spot. Keep it simple and single-leg focused. Split squats or Bulgarian split squats, step-ups at a height that keeps your torso tall, and Romanian deadlifts for posterior chain. Add calf and tibialis raises to strengthen the lower legs, then finish with carries, suitcase or buckets and front planks or dead bugs for core stiffness. Do 3 to 4 sets of 5 to 8 controlled reps on the big lifts, leaving 1 in reserve. Pair with balance and hip control. Single leg balance for 30 to 45 seconds, progress to eyes closed or head turns, and sprinkle in hip hikers from a step to train pelvic stability. If you have a wobble board or slackline, keep sessions playful and short. Mobility and prehab are the glue. Ankle dorsiflexion with calf stretch and knee-to-wall rocks. couch stretch for hips, plus thoracic rotations. Cap sessions with an 8 to 10 minute flow. Give plantar fascia and Achilles some TLC.
Those movements cover almost everything hikers need. If you're training at home, load a pack with books or jugs for split squats and step-ups, slide towels under your feet for hamstring curls, and use a door frame for balance drills. For cross-training, pick modalities that mirror hiking. Snowshoeing and cross-country skiing are phenomenal. Indoor rowing builds, posterior chain endurance without pounding, cycling adds aerobic volume, and a climbing gym sharpens movement, grip, and footwork. Rotate them to match weather and keep boredom away. I also love accountability. Find a winter training buddy, join a local club, or create an online check-in thread. Schedule one mini objective each month, a new park loop, a longer Zone 2 ruck, or a stair challenge, and put it on the calendar. When athletes add volume, what early signs do you ask them to watch so they can deload before issues flare up?
First, watch mood and sleep before pain shows up. Irritability, restless nights, and an elevated resting heart rate for several days are red flags. In sessions, if form degrades, cadence drops, or stairs feel unusually heavy, cut the set and shift to mobility. If a hot spot lingers more than 72 hours, deload. The off-season is perfect for a gear audit. Waterproof boots and reseal shells, refresh DWR on rain gear, wash and loft insulation, check headlamps and spare batteries, and restock first aid plus a small repair kit, tape, cord, patch, and a spare buckle. Verify pack fit with a mirror or video. On nutrition, experiment. Test trail snacks you'll use later. Try electrolytes in the cold to keep drinking, and time recovery carbs and protein within an hour. Practice fueling during rucks so your gut is trained. For mindset and connection, mix in micro-adventures. Local park loops at sunrise, a 10-minute sit spot or bird walk, route research, journaling, and a volunteer trail day.
That covers the spectrum, from body signals to boots. To make progress tangible, use quick benchmarks monthly. Try a 3-minute step test and record heart rate recovery at 1 minute. Count total step-ups in 10 minutes at a set height and cadence. Time a 1-mile ruck on flat ground carrying roughly 10% of body weight, nose breathe if possible, and note effort. And test single leg balance eyes open and eyes closed. Log those numbers alongside weekly minutes and any aches. Trends will steer you in the right direction. Here's a simple off-season template many busy hikers can follow. Monday, strength. Wednesday, incline intervals plus an 8 to 10 minute mobility flow. Friday, Zone 2, ruck or treadmill hike. Saturday, short balance and mobility with an easy walk or cross training. Every fourth week, reduce volume by 30-40%, keep quality high, sleep more, and enjoy a local micro-adventure.
Let's end this with one actionable session you can do today. The 20-minute stairs and pack circuit. Wear a backpack loaded to 5 to 10% of your body weight. First, go 10 minutes of steady stair climbing or treadmill hiking at 8 to 12% incline, keeping effort conversational. Next, do 5 minutes of slow, controlled step downs from a 6 to 12-inch step. 3 seconds down, light toe tap, stand tall, alternating legs. Finish with 5 minutes of ankle and hip mobility. Calf stretch against the wall, ankle rocks with the knee tracking over toes, and a gentle hip flexor or couch stretch. If you feel fresh, add poles and practice efficient plants during the first block. If space is limited, substitute a single step and march in place between step-down sets. Beginners can unload the pack. Advanced hikers can add a minute or two up front. Log how it felt and note heart rate if you track it.
Fantastic! That's our show. Today we covered why off-season months matter, how to pick a clear goal and reverse engineer a simple base build peak plan with regular deloads, and how to stack 120 to 180 weekly minutes of Zone 2 with targeted uphill intervals and eccentric work for downhill durability. We walk through a minimalist single-leg strength plan, balance and stability drills, and an 8 to 10 minute mobility flow that protects ankles, hips, and the thoracic spine. We touch technique cues, layering and safety, smart cross-training, gear audits, nutrition experiments, and ways to keep your mindset and nature connection alive with micro-adventures and community. You now have a plug-and-play weekly template, quick benchmarks to track progress, and a 20-minute circuit you can start today. If this helped, share the episode with a hiking buddy and schedule your first session on the calendar. Thanks for listening to Pathfinders, and we'll see you on the trail soon.